What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Open That Thing, the channel where you learn the history of a product and then we open it together. If you are just here to see the opening, you can go ahead and skip to that part now. Otherwise, stay tuned as we explore the Nintendo Game Boy. The Game Boy was designed by Gunpei Yokoi. The system was released in 1989 in North America and Japan, and 1990 in Europe. But the idea for it began way back in 1981 with the release of the Game & Watch system. Gunpei Yokoi went to Nintendo and said, "Hey, I've got this new idea for a mobile game system." Nintendo at the time was like, this guy's made us a lot of money from the Game & Watch system as well as the toys he's designed. We should probably listen to him. So they went to Gunpei and they're like, "Alright Gunpei, tell us, what do you got?" Gunpei explained to Nintendo that his dream was to combine the portability of the Game & Watch with the interchangeable cartridges of the already popular Nintendo Entertainment System. He wanted a system that consumers could bring on the go, but be able to have a variety of games that they could play at the same time. Now, it's interesting to note that of all the handhelds at the time, the Game Boy was the lowest quality, technologically speaking. They didn't have a color screen or the same processing power as the Sega Game Gear or the Atari Lynx, but they did have a secret weapon: Tetris. The Game Boy's success was largely due to the fact that the system was packaged with this incredibly popular Russian puzzle game. Originally, the Game Boy was going to be packaged with Super Mario Land, but it was said, if you want to sell the Game Boy to kids, package it with Mario. If you want to sell the Game Boy to everyone, package it with Tetris. So that's what they did, and it turned out to be an effective move on their part, which ultimately helped them destroy the Sega Game Gear. Okay everyone, it's time to do the unboxing. So we've got the original Game Boy here that was packaged with Tetris. It did also come with a pair of headphones, which unfortunately did not last this many years later, but we've got everything else in there, so let's take a look. So we'll pop it open. You'll notice that the Game Boy actually uses the same type of cheap foam that the Game & Watches used. After this, they started moving into plastic. Alright, so we've got the owner's manual, the Game Boy itself, flip it around so you can see. This is the slot where batteries would go, this is the slot where the headphones would go. Then we've got the link cable so you could play Tetris with your friends, and Tetris itself right here. You'll notice that the link cable actually came quite a bit before Pokemon was actually released that really utilized the link cable, and that's when Nintendo started selling them separately. So some cool features about the Game Boy itself, once we get it out here. You'll notice that it's got just a simple toggle switch for its on-off button, which also doubled as a region lock. It's got a contrast wheel on the side here, which would change the how bright and how dark it was. A DC input, so if you had the battery charger, you could actually just play without batteries, which is cool. The volume was on the side here. This is where the link cable would be, behind this flap. So you'll notice on the back here is where the batteries go. It took 4 AA batteries, which is 2 less than the Sega Game Gear did. It was another point as to why the Nintendo was a bit more successful than the Game Gear. And up at the top is where you would put your games. Your game cartridges would go. So we actually have a game cartridge here. It came with Tetris. They came in these plastic little clamshell cases, and that's what it looks like. And what you would do is you would just slide it in, push it down, and away you go. This one actually came with the Tetris instruction booklet, so we can take a look at that. A lot of these actually get lost, so it's kind of cool that this one has it. And it also comes with the French owner's manual because this one was released in Canada. You'll notice that the Game Boy itself had a green background. The reason for this was because after playtesting, Nintendo said that green was a lot easier to look at for long periods of time and better contrasted. So there you have it. There is the opening of the original Game Boy. Tell me, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you have one still? Did you ever have one? Would you pick one up from a yard sale if you saw it? Or is this just a piece of junk that's outdated? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see me opening up new stuff all the time.